In the rugged highlands of Scotland, where the mountains kiss the sky and the lochs stretch deep into the land, a fire was kindled in the heart of a man who would become a symbol of freedom. His name was William Wallace, and he would rise from the ranks of common men to lead a nation in its fight for independence, a fight against tyranny, a fight against the might of England. In the late 13th century, Scotland was a land under siege. The English king, Edward I, known as the Hammer of the Scots, sought to subjugate the proud nation, imposing harsh rule and demanding allegiance. But for William Wallace, this was a call to arms. Born into a noble but minor family, Wallace was not a man of wealth or privilege. He was a man of the people, driven by a burning desire for freedom. The spark that ignited Wallace's rebellion was a personal one: the murder of his wife by English soldiers. In response, Wallace struck back with fury, leading his men in guerrilla attacks that harassed and demoralized the English forces. Word of his deeds spread like wildfire across Scotland, and soon Wallace found himself at the head of a growing resistance. The defining moment of Wallace's early campaign came in 1297 at the Battle of Stirling Bridge. Outnumbered and outgunned, Wallace's forces faced the might of the English army. But Wallace was not just a warrior, he was a strategist. He lured the English into a trap, using the narrow bridge to negate their superior numbers and cavalry. The victory at Stirling Bridge was a stunning triumph for the Scots and a devastating blow to English ambitions in Scotland. Wallace, now hailed as Guardian of Scotland, had shown that the English could be beaten. His name became a rallying cry for those who yearned for freedom. But the road to freedom was fraught with peril. Wallace's successes made him a marked man, and the full force of Edward I's wrath descended upon Scotland. Despite fierce resistance, the Scots were ultimately defeated at the Battle of Falkirk in 1298. Wallace, refusing to surrender, became a fugitive, leading a life on the run as he continued to fight for his nation's cause. Betrayed by one of his own, Wallace was captured in 1305 and brought to London to face trial. He stood defiant to the end, refusing to recognize the authority of the English king over Scotland. His execution was brutal, a stark reminder of the price of rebellion. But in death, Wallace became more than a man. He became a martyr, a symbol of the unyielding Scottish spirit. William Wallace's struggle did not bring immediate freedom to Scotland, but his legacy lived on, inspiring future generations to continue the fight. His bravery, his leadership, and his unwavering commitment to his country lit the flame of Scottish independence, a flame that would burn for centuries. And though Wallace was gone, his story was far from over. Just 9 years after his death, in 1314, the Scots achieved a monumental victory at the Battle of Bannockburn under the leadership of Robert the Bruce, securing Scotland's independence. Wallace's dream had been realized, and his name would forever be etched into the annals of Scottish history. William Wallace, the common man who became an extraordinary hero, the warrior who defied an empire, and the patriot who gave everything for his country's freedom. His life is a testament to the power of courage and conviction, a reminder that the fight for justice and liberty is never in vain. As long as there are those who remember his name, the spirit of William Wallace will live on, inspiring all who dare to dream of a world where freedom reigns.